As you can see, there's a lot of damage. Oh, figure out what we're gonna do. My original plan was to completely cut all of this out and replace with new, but I think I'm gonna just cut along this line here and cut this cap off because it's so crinkled and kicked up. I'm gonna cut this complete cap off, but I'm gonna leave this because when I weld that new corner piece, this new front piece, I want to make sure I got something solid to weld on, and it's not just relying on that butt joint. So it's a little bit more solid, and I want to make sure I have enough to weld. But also, it's definitely going to be a lot more rugged. So I'm replacing all of this with diamond plate. I have some 3/16 diamond plate that I'm going to replace this whole front end with. So I think I'm gonna cut this cap part off first, this top part, and see what I need to get to underneath and go from there. So it's time to get to cutting. All right. So we got the top part cut. All we got to do now is come across here and we should be able to remove the top. Almost. Oh yeah. Look at here. I'm not much worried about straightening this out. I will do this one here. So I kept this one on for a little bit of support because the next one is going to come probably about right here. So it's going to overlap. So I'm going to drill a hole, well, right on this side over here where my troll motor is going to plug in. And it's easier to access that now, and I'm gonna get some wire ran, that way I can pull back and forth when I start feeding wire. So super cool. Let me get prepped for that. All right, so we got that done. Next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna straighten this up a little bit, then I'm gonna start cleaning these edges and getting ready to get the top part done. So let me get the grinder set up, the buffing wheel, and I'll be right back. So next we're gonna clean up all where we're gonna be welding at. We'll get this good and clean, up, down the edge, across the front. I'm also gonna clean under here because I might be able to make a tack or two under that area. But one thing, when you're buffing aluminum, you definitely want to have some type of respiratory protection. So with that, we'll go ahead and put this on, and then we'll get to sanding all this down, getting it all ready and clean, that we can get our piece bent and go from there. All right, we got it cleaned up. Everywhere we're gonna weld. We're gonna hit it with some acetone to make sure it's good and clean. Wire brush it with a stainless steel wire brush. So what I'm about to do now is I'm gonna get my measurements and we'll start cutting a piece. And I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna bend it in here. I don't have a brake. So I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna bend it. So let's get the measuring. So what it's gonna do is this part's gonna fold down here. It's gonna go straight. And then this part's gonna kick in this way. So what I did is I measured right in the center here, and it's right at 5 3/4 of an inch is where I want it at. That gives me a little bit, so there was only 1/16 plate. So this whole front bumper was only 1/16. This is 3/16. So I will have a little bit of a gap or a little extra stock. So instead of going to 6 inches, I went the 5 3/4. I would rather have it fall a little short here. That way I can make that weld across the front real nice and easy. And then it'll curve up and then curve going flat to the back here. So I have my measurements. So what the plan is on how I'm gonna bend this, and I'm gonna show you over here. And this is gonna be my test fit. I'm gonna cut it here, but not cut it all the way. Like I said, this is 3/16 thick. So I'm only gonna cut it about 1/8 of an inch. And then here, this is gonna be a slight bend in. So I'm gonna make one pass here, and this one's gonna be a 90 degrees. So I'm gonna make 2 passes, one on this side of the line, one on that side of the line. That way I'll be able to bend it at a 90-degree angle. And it should work out perfect. Let's get to cutting. See with this, and now we have our front end, just like that. So as you see, we got the grooves cut. Now we're going to bend these in place to where we need to go. So we slowly making progress to it. This front end is going to be better than it's ever been before. It's going to be sturdy. It's not going to dent anytime it hits up against anything. It's just going to be really sound, and I'm super excited about it. So let's get it on. As mentioned, I do not have a brake, and my sawhorse was not quite wide enough to cover the full span of the top cap. So I went to the fence, clamped it down, and with the help of my dad, we slowly started applying pressure. With each little bite, we can see how exactly it was starting to look, and we were getting excited. All right, we got the top piece done, we got it cut, and we have it bent. Let's install it. Yes, indeed. Wow, this looks good. Come out great. we'll be able to put all our little pieces on. We'll put some tacks on here. We'll get her welded up. Super excited. So we got the top part tacked in. We're going to work this way in close. Same thing on this other side. We got her all tacked up. We'll put another tack here so it doesn't bow open. Then we'll start working this way in. Sweet. Wrap this one corner right here. It's done. And there we have it. It came out awesome. Exactly like how I was expecting, with just the way we talked about. We folded it over, everything is one solid piece. Man, you talk about really looks good. I can't wait to get this thing completely finished up. It just makes the John boat look really, really tough. Thank y'all for following along on this journey today as we changed out the front end. Today is just a reminder, no matter how daunting a task may appear, with a little elbow grease and a little determination, anything is possible.